Hi, this is Dorothy with Scrapbooking. This is the front of the card that we're going to make, and this is using the bubbles technique. So here's our cute little turtle. This is with our stamp of the month for July, and here is the back of the envelope and the back of my card. So if you haven't subscribed to me yet, please subscribe and ring the bell, and I'll be looking forward to showing you how to do this. Bye now. Hi, this is Dorothy with Scrapbooking, and I want to do a bubble background. One of the other close to my heart makers was doing a bubble background, and it looked like so much fun. I had to do it too. So I'm going to use 3 blues because I'm going to use the stamp of the month for July, which is called Voice of the Sea. So here it is, and we've got a turtle and a seagull and some coral and starfish and a crab and a real pretty, I guess that's either a butterfly fish or an angelfish. Anyway, so bubbles, perfect, right? Here's bubbles right here. Okay, so I'm going to use 3 blues, Capri, Carolina, and Bluebird. And I put these are little pudding or applesauce cups. And I put a little bit of Dawn detergent in the bottom. And I'm just going to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 drops. I don't think it has to be exact, just saying. Of the Capri, and then we've got Carolina. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, give or take. And then the darker blue is Bluebird. Now, I had trouble with this before. It wouldn't put out drops, and as the little nozzle was not completely open. So I had a disaster, which you'll probably see later on. 2, 3, whoops. Oh, and now it's really open because it just comes kind of pouring out. So I think that's probably enough. All right. And I'm going to add, like I said, this is not an exact science. Whoops. Okay. Now the other thing that you want to have are some straws. You don't, I got 3 different ones for the 3 different colors, but you can use one. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and stir each of these up real good. I mean, as good as I can. And I have excuse me. I have a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch white daisy cardstock cut. And so I've got that ready to go. Instead of going directly on the card, I think you've got more control if you just have one piece that'll cover the front. Okay, so I'm going to blow. So I'm blowing bubbles. So it's going over the top. And then I'm just going to, that's very, very light. Let me stir it up a little bit more. This is probably the lighter of the colors. We'll see. And then, of course, you want to move your paper around. And see, then you're going to get these bubbles on your paper. So I'm just going to let those pop on their own. Okay, I'm going to set that one aside. And then I'm going to do the next color, which looks like Capri to me. kind of let my Dawn dry out a little bit. So that's not a good idea. You want to have it in there fresh so it mixes well with the color, so you get good even bubbles. Okay, then I'm gonna make bubbles. Now you can see there's more color in this, but this is a darker color. So I'm just gonna pop the bubbles. Ooh, those came out good. They're real big bubbles. Okay, and then I'm gonna make some more bubbles. You wanna have it, you don't wanna touch your cardstock to the edge of the little rim, because you'll get what looks like a colored rim on your paper. Kind of takes away from the bubbles. So you, like I said, you want to blow those so they're high above your rim. Okay, so I could use, well, let me blow. Now this would be a lot of fun to do with your kids. You know, if you had some beach pictures, or if you had like a backyard party where the kids are blowing bubbles, I mean, it would be just perfect. And your kids can help you. Although, I will say I made a mess. And I'll put sort of a blooper at the end. And I had on kind of my fancy white and gold shirt. And my bluebird exploded on me. The good news is all of the color came out. I just had to rub it a little bit with some of my detergent, put it in the laundry, and everything was fine. Look at how that's coming. Is that not just like so much fun? Okay, and I just want to get some over on the edge over here. Okay, for the girl who can always do too much is not enough, I'm stopping right there. And I'm going to go ahead and take my straws out so I don't create a giant mess. And I'll take, these are re-inkers, by the way. So all of our ink pads have matching re-inkers. So you can have your ink pads for eternity. Okay, that was, now it's it. Put that far, far away so I don't get into too much trouble with it. So I am just going to let this dry a bit. So I'll set it over here. I still have all my little hearts from my backyard bliss. Okay, so now I'm going to do, let's see, do we want a crab or some, it says a voice of the sea sending good vibes your way. Voice of the sea speaks to the soul. And you can put hello. That looks kind of cute, doesn't it? I do like that turtle. So let me go. Okay, I am going to record here. I started to speed this up to 250 to get it going a little bit faster. So I am going to go ahead and stamp the turtle. I'm using intense black so that I can color it with my markers. So you want to use your little pad, give it a good press, 3 to 5 seconds. Make sure the ink is getting absorbed into your cardstock. And then wipe your stamp down. We've got a microfiber cloth that when you put it in a little craft box, or we have also round screw top boxes now, which are really nice, then it stays damp. And you can rinse it out and freshen it up a little bit. So I'm going to use the brown, I think it's earth brown blend, to outline the shell and the little plates. And also to color, I'm using the lightest one to make the stones a brown, but you know, they could have been a nice color too. And so I'm using the dull green marker to just kind of color the little plates. They're sort of like armored plates of the turtle. I don't really know anything about turtles, to tell you the truth. And I'm going to use the lighter marker to do his belly and head and fins. And it's a nice green. So I like the combination of the greens and browns. I am not really a turtle. I don't know a lot about turtles, so you may want to color them whatever color you want, using a little darker green for the edge of the shell and also along the fins there, and also coloring his eye. So I'm just going to use the dark green to outline the kelp, I guess that's what that is, to just kind of highlight them, kind of make the waves show up. And then I'm going to color the inside with the lightest green I've got there. And, you know, I go over it to kind of pull in a little bit of the dark to kind of even out the color. And I'm just going to darken up that one side of the fin. So I should have waited to do this. This should have been done the last thing. But I'm using this waterfall stickles to highlight the little bubbles on the stamp. So it's a real pretty color. It goes perfectly with all these colors in our background, our bubble background. I needed to get some color going on this. So I'm using the coral blend marker for the coral. This is probably, I don't know whether this is what color this coral is supposed to be. It doesn't matter. This is the color I want to make it. So you can color this whatever kind of colors that are found in a reef. I mean, it's very colorful down there. Hopefully it's not all bleached out white. So I'm adding some dark and some light so you can see some kind of shadowing. It looks like there's a little dimension to it maybe. And one other thing I'm going to do, I'm taking my Carolina and I'm pressing the ink into the opposite side there. And so you can tell that there's some little ink over there. So I'm taking my clear shimmer brush and just putting a drop in there and mixing it with the color. And then you get a perfect color to match the rest of the background. And this doesn't have to be perfect. I'm kind of going around to just add a little color. I mean, the sea isn't going to be totally homogeneous, so it's going to be kind of spotty here and there. And so I'm just gonna, but I'm trying to be careful because the stickles take a long time. They take like 30 minutes to dry or so. So I'm just trying to be careful with and I decide to do a little tapping to get some splatters going on top of it. So I just add a little color around the already blue bubbles. Okay, and then I put that away. And so now everything really needs to dry. And what I've got, my little turtle needs to dry. So I'm going to take a sponge and I'm edging the sponge, I'm edging the cardstock with the ink, just to kind of give it a finished edge. And it just looks really nice that way, and I think that was Carolina. So look at how pretty that looks. I mean, I just love the way these bubbles, it's just so fun. So this is how you season. If you have a new stamp you haven't used yet, you just want to rub it against your skin a little bit, and then, you know, you can get a nice sharp stamp. Otherwise, you'd have to, if you didn't rub it against your skin, then you would have to ink it up 3 or 4 times to get it to give a really good clear ink impression. And so I'm doing the back of the envelope, which I normally do the front, but I decided to go ahead and use that crepe because he's pretty darn cute. So I'm going to put him away, put him back on my carrier sheet. And the next thing we're going to do is make a little sentiment to go on the front of the card. I'm not putting anything on the inside of the card. So I'm going to use Carolina again and stamp it. I think that's Carolina. Could be Bluebird. Might be Bluebird. I don't know. So I went ahead and I could just cut this out as a little rectangle, but I think I'm going to just do a little bit of the splattering. So I'm just adding more of the clear shimmer to the blue, and I'm putting it into, now I'm making a mess. I really need to get rid of those bubbles because I'm going to have a mess going here. So I'm just doing a little splatter to it because why not? I'm being consistent. Now the thing is, this is not the intense black. This is a watercolor based ink that I stamped it in. So when the shimmer brush liquid goes on there, it starts blurring the letters. But I decided that's okay because it's in the water. And so that's totally okay for it to get a little blurry. That's my justification for having blurry letters. Okay, so there's that, and I just did a free form cut, and I'm going to edge it once again with my little sponge. And I'm also going to, there's my card with the already scored line down the center. So I'm going to go ahead and, as I need to put this on, why do I always run out of Tombow when I need it? Always. Okay, back again. So I'm putting a lot of Tombow on here because there's a little curvature to the bubble sheet because of it getting wet. So I'm going to go ahead, and these are some of the inside of a shaker window. So I'm going to go ahead and use them. So it's perfect for popping up stuff. And I'm just using the oddball pieces too, because this is a weird little piece and it needs a good size piece, and then it needs some little oddball pieces, and that is going to get popped up right there. I hope you like this bubble sheet. I really do. And so my little turtle is going to go right there. There's kind of a not so filled spot, and so it's a perfect place for the turtle to go. So this I'm going to put down with the liquid Tombow, so I can go right out to the edge and then scribble in between and just put a good amount on there. And then I'm going to set it right down like that. Now, we have these shaker windows. So the foam and the acetate come in the little package. You get 6 of them. Not very expensive. And what I'm going to do, so there's the little ring. And you need to, it's not this is not the best way to do it. You can cut yourself this way, but I'm loosening the edge between the little ring and the little foam pop-up pieces. So you need to do that, otherwise they can be a little hard to disconnect from. Using my little, it looks like an eraser, but it's really for pulling glue off, and I'm using a little anti-static pouch here and there because if you have sequins, they're very, very staticky. As it turns out, the little gems aren't that I'm going to be using. So you go ahead and put that down, and then you're going to pull all the inside pieces away from the outside ring. So see, those little pieces they needed a little bit more to release. But you see what I'm saying? That's why you want to run and make sure you get the edges separated. So these are loose gems that Close to My Heart carries. The clear and the lagoon. We've got a lot more colors. They're available on my website at dorothy.closetomyheart.com. They are gorgeous. Now, I made this card before, which is why I'm making the second one, because I wasn't really fond of the way it came out. And I used sequins, and those are real cute. But it kind of, I always put too much in there, and so it kind of hid my little turtle. And so I decided if I could find my gems wherever I put them, and look at how wonderful they look. They look like water. He looks like he's in a little aquarium. Now this is the shaker window edge. So you get a circle, that was what I stamped the turtle on. And then you get this edge to hide the foam. And then, of course, you get an inside circle that you can use for whatever. And I'm using the white glitter paper, which we also carry, to kind of highlight the little turtle. So, and then when I was finding some of the white glitter paper, because I didn't have any more holographic paper, I found these sequins in a stash. And these are scallop shell sequins. And I thought, oh, I should use some of those on this. Because why not? It's shells. It should be on this. So I'm just using these little sequins to go across the bottom there because I think they're just so cute. And we haven't had those for a while, so I don't know whether we carry those, if any leftovers or not. But I love my gems. I absolutely love the way that looks. So normally I don't do the back. Now I've got some more glitter, splattered glitter on that envelope. So I'm taking my Carolina, inking up my turtle real good, and putting him on the front of the envelope. Well, I mean, if you've got some splatter there, then you need to make it like you've done it on purpose, right? So here we go. I'm just taking a little bit of ink with a little bit of the shimmer, and I'm going to splatter. So that way you look like you intended for it to look that way. This is how you take care of things. Okay, so here is my final card and my envelope and my splatters. So this is the bubble technique. And I'm going to add a little, I always like to put something on the back. I don't do it all the time, but if I put a lot of effort into a card like this one, then I like to put something on the back, kind of like my Hallmark signature. And so I really like this little phrase that they have, the voice of the sea speaks to the soul. And you see I have a little smudge there. That's from not cleaning off the block when I stamped. So this is how you fix that. Boom. And look at that cute little shell. Is that not adorable? Okay, so I'm going to put the little shell on that side, and we've got this little starfish that's so cute. And he's going to go on the other side. And then guess what? They've got a scallop shell. So I've got to use that because I've got scallops on the front. So very, very cool. So I'm going to put a scallop there and even it out and have a scallop on the other side. And so there's my card. So I'm real happy with this, and I can't wait to send this one off. This my little turtle is so cute. I love this stamp set. It's just, so if you spend $50 at dorothy.closetomyheart.com, you can get the Stamp of the Month set for $5. Normally it's $18.95. So it's a good deal, and it's a beautiful stamp, and so good for the summer. So here we go. There's the front and there's the back. And my little gems. Thank you. Oh. Hi, this is Dorothy with That Scrapbooking, and I have my paint box here. So this is the mess. And there is 3 little pudding or applesauce cups that I've put here, and they all 3 have some Dawn detergent in the bottom of it. I am going to take 3 colors of blue. I don't know which one's going to work better. I'm just trying. I'm using Capri, Bluebird, and Carolina. And I'm going to put some of the re-inker in the bottom. This is the Bluebird. Whoop. I don't know whether, I've never had one be clogged up. Let's see. I've got like 3 drops in there. I don't know why it's acting that way. That's weird. And then I've got Capri. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Plus or minus. Oh, I hate to get too wild with this. Fear of what's going to happen. Let's see. What can we do? This is going to be a mess. Oh! Like I said. And don't do this while you're wearing a white shirt. I'll be back. Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.